Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle and this is a word of caution regarding watching pick a card love readings. So while there is nothing inherently wrong with wanting to know where you stand with the love interest on your mind, the reason why you're wanting to know where you stand with them matters greatly, as it can greatly impact your mental and emotional well-being. So a very good question to ask yourself when it comes to why you're watching pick a card love readings is, am I simply curious or am I actually clinging? Holding on to hope isn't always a good thing, especially if it's keeping you stuck in limerence or in codependence. The last thing I want to do is to enable limerence and codependence with the content that I create. I want to help you create a life in which you're truly thriving, not keep you stuck in survival mode. And I know how it all works because I've been there. So this is where grace, knowledge, understanding, and compassion come in. It's okay if the only way you're able to self-soothe in this moment is by way of participating in coping mechanisms, distractions, and the like. As long as you're also doing yourself a favor by learning how to heal the wounding that has been fueling any limerence and or codependent patterns that you might have. My promise to you is that as you heal the wounding, your dependency on your SP, which means specific person, aka the person on your mind, or your ex, will begin to dissolve naturally, to the point where you're not even curious about what they're thinking and how they're feeling about you anymore. I know this to be true from personal experience. When you're ready to start healing the wounding, I have some amazing resources to get you going. My personal recommendation is to start with 2 videos, how to stop manifesting separation, and then the other one is called Releasing the Wants. Both videos will be linked in the description box below. My heart is always with you guys, and with that I bid you more happy viewing. Love, Michelle. Pile 1, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Michelle. We're back doing another pick a card love reading. This time we are tapping in and channeling what is it that your person wants to offer you, if anything. Okay, let me take a quick drink, you guys. I've been doing a lot of back-to-back readings today, so need to reset a little bit of my energy. I'll do that while I'm doing your guys' intro, so just keep in mind, you guys, it's a general. Whatever resonates, take it, run with it. If something's not resonating, you definitely do not have to claim it. Just drop it, leave it behind. For whomever it might be resonating for, I do have personal readings available if you want me to tap exclusively into the energy of you and your person's connection. Just check the description box below for booking details. There's a lot of $25 readings available in the specific person category. All right, you guys. All right, let's get going with your guys' reading. Turn off this fan. All right, pile 1. You guys were drawn to the fire quartz. So it is hematoid, I think it's called hematoid, and in quartz. Just look up fire quartz if you guys are interested in it. So let me see. Let me get your pre-pull cards out first. What do they want to offer you? Let's see. Okay. All right, pile 1. I'm gonna keep it as honest and real to the, to what's coming through. When it comes to what your person wants to offer you, I'm hearing something along the lines of like, I just heard that part from Britney Spears song, Hit Me Baby One More Time. So your person isn't really too much interested in offering anything more to you into this connection than, at least at this point in time, right? Other than maybe, you know, one last, let's do it one last time, you know, old time's sake, let's get together one last time for old time's sake. So out on the board, we have memories, passion, and phone call. Memories says feelings of nostalgia, pleasure, and sadness stuck in the past. There's kind of a bittersweet energy coming through for what your person wants to offer you, pile 1. Okay, next to it, we have passion. It says lustful desires, sexual chemistry, craving you. I want you to notice that underneath passion, it says can't stop thinking about it. So this is pretty much where your person's coming from. When they think about you and think about the connection, it's largely tied to the sexual experiences that they've had with you. A phone call says expression of interest, wanting to talk, communication is key. So there's a couple of things coming through with that. Like, yeah, what they want to offer you is maybe more communication, or just maybe communication that's centered around more like sexting, phone sex, you know, flirty, sexual kind of vibes to, you know, communication. But when it comes to anything more than that, there's not a lot coming through. So under here we have attachment, not love. All right, so a confusing attachment for true love. And so this is more like your person saying like what they want to offer you. They're not wanting to offer anything committed. They're not wanting to offer anything serious. They have no problems keeping things surface level between the two of you, or strictly sexual. Now, I do have a card that does say strictly sexual in this deck. And so they're not necessarily saying that they don't want it to be anything more than sex, but it's like they don't want to offer anything more than that. So this may very well be a pile where there's feelings, there's mutual feelings, because I'm not necessarily picking up on unrequited love. But yeah, your person, pile 1, is not really interested in offering up anything more than sex at this time. Keeping things casual, keeping it sexual. It's like, yeah, you guys can have feelings for each other, but they don't want to take it out of the realm of like a friends with benefits or a situationship. Let's see, Judge, light attributes. This says balancing justice and compassion, managing the fair distribution of power. Tell me more about Judge here. It's funny, or I should say it's interesting to note that underneath phone call, right, where it says expression of interest, wanting to talk, communication is key, but underneath that says I don't know what to do or what to say. So your person is coming through, pile 1, saying they do want to talk to you. They do want to reach out to you. For those of you where you have not been in contact or communication with your person, they're saying the reason why they have not reached out and expressed interest up until this point is because they haven't known what to say. Clarify, Judge. This is like the energy that they're in, you know, offering this. It's like, you know, that's carrying the justice, right? Your person they're not trying to shortchange you. That's not the energy that they're in. They're not trying to be unjust or unfair. They are actually trying to do the right thing. And so if they're not coming through and offering you anything more than just something that's sexual or something that's very surface, very casual, they're actually being very fair about it. Your person may see like they don't have the ability to offer more. And so it's like they're offering what they can. And so what they're able to offer now, they're saying, I don't know if they don't have their heart to give. Let me find out, Judge. Tell me more about that, pile 1's person. Yeah, your person may have a lot going on right now with the Eight of Wands and the Ten of Wands coming out together. They may have a lot that they're working with. They may be overwhelmed by responsibilities. And so it's almost like, you know, they're in the energy of being fair, okay, wanting to do what's right. And so from where your person's coming from, pile one, it's like they don't have it to give to you. This is also giving me a vibe, pile one, where they also aren't trying to maybe hold you back from what it is that you're really wanting. And so that might be why they're coming through in an energy of like, let's just, you know, for old time's sake, one more time. This can also be for those of you where you might be actually broken up with this person, separated, not talking, not in communication. It's, you know, they're not necessarily wanting, they're not saying that they don't want more, okay? Although we do have under here confusing attachment for true love, but again, we're talking about what they're wanting to offer. They don't have more to give. That's where your person's coming from. They're not, again, I'm not picking up where your person is trying to shortchange you, sell you short. I'm not even really picking up where they don't want more with you, right? But they're coming from a space of like, realistically, pile one, all I can offer is just something casual, something surface level. It could be very much, they got a lot going on. Maybe their life, you know, with what they have going on, doesn't really have space for something more than a casual situationship or friends with benefits or something of that nature. I mean, they have fond memories. It says feelings of nostalgia, pleasure, and sadness. And so, you know, there is an energy here where your person, you know, if they didn't have feelings for you, there wouldn't be anything to miss or feel nostalgic or feel sad about, right? They're trying to balance out a lot of their responsibilities, and they don't want to promise you something, commit to you, and then, you know, because they got so much going on in their life that they're just not able to really fit you in or give you the attention and the energy and the effort and resources that you deserve. They got a lot going on with the Eight of Wands and the Ten of Wands coming out together, and it may have been something that what's the Eight of Wands? Let me check that energy out real quick. Claire, tell me more about the Eight of Wands that showed up earlier. Ooh, the Seven of Swords. Yeah, it's something sneaked up on them. Okay, something snuck up on them. And this could also just kind of be a very pervasive energy in your person's life. It always seems like they just always have way too much on their plate. They got way too much going on. Things always seem to sneak up behind them and take them by surprise. Because that's that Eight of Wands. Like whatever that Ten of Wands energy is, and let me look at that real quick. What's a Ten of Wands energy? You know, too much responsibility, but let's see. Ten of Wands, pile one's person. For some of you, they have a lot of debt they're trying to pay down, okay, or work off. That just came through. Tell me about the Ten of Wands energy that came through earlier. Oh, wow. What's the Five of Swords here? Yikes. That's cutthroat competition. Let me find out. Five of Swords. A lot of drama. Could be a lot of drama going on in your person. The Five of Swords can just be a very harsh energy, whether it's arguments with another person. This could also be self-defeat. Your person being in a very woe is me kind of an energy. Maybe they're being very mad and overly critical and frustrated with themselves, you know, and just with what's going on in their life in general. But let's find out. Tell me about this Five of Swords energy, because this is what's at the heart of your person's stress right now, okay? Five of Swords, tell me more about that, please. Ooh, okay. They might be overly stressed. They might be in some kind of a harsh energy towards a Queen of Pentacles or with a Queen of Pentacles energy in their life. No, the Queen of Pentacles is showing up in the upright position. So, I mean, whoever this Queen of Pentacles energy is representing, and this might be how they feel towards you, like they see you as somebody that deserves commitment, that deserves nurturing, that deserves being pampered, right? Just put it where it fits, okay? They could definitely see you as someone who deserves the best in life, and they don't see themselves as carrying the ability to give you what you want and what they know that you deserve, okay? And the Queen of Pentacles could also stand for somebody in their life that they might be in odds with, okay? This could be somebody that they might be, for some of you, if your person is currently already taken, if they're in a third party, if they're already committed with somebody, they could be having a lot of conflict with that person. Okay, just put it where you see fit. Okay, put the energies where you see fit. But for some of you, I do feel like this is representative of you and what they feel like you're deserving of. Okay, and you deserve what you want is what they're saying. And they're in a lot of self-defeating conflict about it because they just don't feel like they have it to give. Okay, with the Eight of Swords in the reverse at the back of the deck, I mean, they're very clear about that. They're not necessarily allowing themselves to be too much in their heads about it. They're trying to think about things logically and see things logically. A lot of, let's see. Earth energy is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We have a lot of air energy coming out too. Gemini, Aquarius. What was the other one? Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. Which is weird because why don't they know what to say? Clarify, I don't know what to say. Why is that here? Again, that's your person wanting to reach out and wanting to talk, but they don't know, okay? If you have them blocked, that could be like, it's one of those things, it's like they don't know what to say to maybe get around your defenses. This is going to resonate for those of you where you guys are in no communication or no contact. You might even have this, you may even have this person blocked, right? Your person might know, pile one, that you want something more substantial than just something casual. And at this point in time, because your person feels they're just not in a place to provide something more committed, they don't know what to say, right? Because for some of you, you may have put your foot down, especially with you guys being over here in the Four of Pentacles energy towards whatever it is or offering. Let's clarify that. Four of Pentacles. Tell me more about the Four of Pentacles. This is your guys' energy, pile one towards whatever it is they're offering, which is they're not offering much beyond something casual. Tell me more about the Four of Pentacles for pile one's energy. Okay, yeah, you're holding out for something more substantial. You're holding out for something more committed. Okay, and this person is just not offering that. We got the Two of Cups in the reverse, the Six of Wands in the reverse, and the Knight of Wands in the reverse. This is not the energy that you're wanting, and so you're kind of blocking that energy off. You're like, right? Because the Six of Wands, if these were in the upright position, this would actually be really good energy, but it's not. Your person is just not in the space right now to offer Two of Cups in the upright position, or the Six of Wands in the upright position, or even the Knight of Wands in the upright position. Their energy right now is even though they're trying to get more balance just in their life in general, it's very hectic. I just heard something about your person being wired. Your person is wired. So they might be drinking way too much caffeine. They could be taking some stimulants, energy drinks, stuff like that. For some of you, if you know your person to be a party, like they, party drugs or something, they could be doing some illicit substances. That is coming through because I just heard your person is wired. They're wired. Okay, so caffeine, supplements that are more stimulants than anything. Energy drinks, things like that. Okay. Anything else that we want to talk about here? Tell me more about memories, and then we'll wrap up your guys' reading. Yeah, they do think about a lot of the sexual encounters that you guys had. They also think about how you're not in the same space with them that you used to be, because you may have been at one point in time okay with things being, you know, kind of casual, surface level between the two of you, at least, you know, in terms of like a committed relationship itself, right? But you're not like, you know, they're thinking about how you used to be warm and inviting and accepting, right? Now you're not. And that feels like that is what they're missing. They're missing your warmth. They're missing your acceptance, your, you know, your, how you were okay going along with something surface level and casual, and now you're not. They miss the passion and the fire between the two of you. Definitely. That's what they can't stop thinking about. They don't wish any harm on you. They just don't have anything more to give. They don't have anything more to offer at this point in time. All right, pile one. That was your reading. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today. If you got from this reading what you came here for, take a minute, if you would, smash the like button for me. That is a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below. Let me know that you picked this pile. Let me know how it resonated. If you want to, you can become part of the family by hitting that subscribe button. And then don't forget about the notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. And I will see you guys at your next Pick a Card Love reading by Pile 1. Hey Pile 2, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Michelle. We are doing another Pick a Card Love reading. Today we are tapping in and channeling what is it that your person wants to offer you. Okay, what do they want to offer? So just keep in mind, you guys, it's a general reading. Whatever resonates, take it, run with it. If something isn't resonating, you can just drop it, leave it behind for the people that it is resonating for. I have personal readings available if you would love for me to tap exclusively into the energy of you and your person's connection. Just check the description box. All the booking details are there. And there are a lot of readings available in the specific person category, so check them out, see which one works for you the most, okay? Let's see, you guys were drawn to the Golden Healer, and already I'm picking up like what your person wants to offer might be something that's more healing or more emotionally balanced, but they want to offer healing to you and to the connection in some way, shape, or form, okay? But there might be some caveats there to that though, but let's find out. Oh yeah, we got the wounded child, all right, for what they're wanting to offer you. So this is awakens compassion and desire to serve other wounded children, opens the learning path of forgiveness. So what they're wanting to offer is again, something healing, all right, healing to your inner child. If there's been any wounding, you know, as a resulting from your person or from the connection, they're definitely wanting to offer something where maybe they can get your forgiveness or some kind of a mutual understanding or something like that, okay? Something healing though coming through. I'll put the Golden Healer over there, and then let's see, I'll tell you what the Chariot's in reference to here in a minute. All right, so for what they're wanting to offer, we have knowing the unknowable, unconventional lifestyle, exotic, mysterious. All right, so that's the Gypsy card. We also have the Chaser, but it's showing up in the reverse. Chaser in the upright position would say low self-esteem, validation of self-worth, abandonment issues, and then we also have third party showing up. It says love triangle, something or someone is interfering, competition / enemy. So We'll see what that's in reference to, but the fact that we do have third party and, you know, a gypsy showing up, which talks about an unconventional lifestyle, if there's a third party currently active, it's like, you know, what they're wanting to offer may still include a third party. This could be also maybe your person wanting to offer you something more along, like something like an alternative lifestyle where third parties, either a specific third parties involved or there's third parties overall. This is giving heavy, what do they call that? Polyamorous vibes are coming through, like what your person wants to offer you, pile to polyamory. Possibly like wanting to offer an open relationship. Your energy towards your person's offer seems like you're in a good headspace when it comes to whatever it is they're offering. Okay, the Chariot is like, you know, let's move forward. It can also mean let's move on, like let's move forward with this or let's move on from this. It's kind of like, but that's your energy, right? So whatever it is, and we're going to get into clarifying here, you know, what's specifically going on with your person. You're okay regardless. Either you're like, I'm fine, no thank you, I'm just gonna move on, you know, or you might actually be like, okay, I can work with that, you know. I can be part of an open relationship or something that's more along the lines of polyamory, or it's like, yeah, I can, you know, like you're fine with there being a third party or third parties in general involved in your guys' connection, okay? But the fact that we do have, you know, the wounded child coming up in the upright position, you know, this is your person having, you know, your best interest, their best interest, and if there is a third party, I mean, you know, you see what I'm saying? This is literally, this is talking about what they want to offer you. And so they're coming from a space of really wanting what's best, right? For everybody involved, you and them, and if there is third parties, them included, right? With Chaser in the reverse here, they don't want anybody to feel left out in the cold. I just saw the Five of Pentacles in the reverse position too at the bottom of the deck not too long ago regarding this. But with Chaser in the reverse, they don't want you in your head about anything. They don't want you to feel brokenhearted about anything. They don't want you to feel left out or left behind. I mean, they really are coming from a genuine space, okay? They're not coming from a space of just, you know, wanting their cake and eat it too, despite like what you're thinking or feeling, right? They want you to also feel like you're getting what you want from this dynamic, whatever this dynamic is, okay? Tell me more about, yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, with unconventional lifestyle here in third party, heavy on polyamory, open relationship, more than one person involved, or a specific third party, okay? I just, with all the energies that are coming out here, I can't really get away from it. Let's see, down here we have, I feel so good when I'm with you. I don't know what I want, but that is showing up underneath the Chaser. We'll see how that fits in. And then we have let's do this underneath third party. What they may want to offer too could just simply be a threesome. Maybe they want to do a threesome like in bed or something like that. But they're not necessarily wanting to be the one to go after it. They want you to set it up, okay? Maybe your person, what they're wanting, pile two, is this to be more of an open kind of a thing, but they want, you know, maybe they want you to feel comfortable with it. So they're like, here, they're going to give you the reins and have you set everything up so that you feel more comfortable, all right? There's a lot heavy on alternative lifestyle coming through with what your person wants to offer you, pile two, all right? And that's going to resonate for those of you where you're okay with that as well. So they are wanting to offer you like healing through like mutual emotional growth. They want to offer you a unique soulful connection that's beyond like conventional societal norms. They want to offer a more balanced and healing dynamic where there's no more drama, no more secrecy, no more chasing, right? So if there is third party, if your person is wanting to, deal with third parties, they want to be able to be open and transparent with you about it. We'll see if the third party, if they're wanting to, if this includes a potential resolution of a third party or dynamic or a complicated interference that's going on. I would have liked to see the third party show up in the reverse, though, if that was the case. That's not the overall energy I'm getting. I'm getting the most of the energy where your person is wanting third party, quote unquote, interference in your guys' connection. Not interference, though. You get what I'm saying. Third party, inclusive. We'll say it that way. What they're wanting to offer you is a way to step forward. So they're trying to come up with ways that are creative, coming up with creative ways for you guys to be able to step forward, even though they might still be wrestling with maybe some confusion and maybe some inner wounding. We'll see. Yeah, and then the way that you feel about this person's offer is just you're still bold, feeling bold and confident, knowing what direction you want to go in. With the Chariot here, that's not a lot of energy of feeling like stuck, feeling in resistance to. I don't feel where you are, I don't feel where you're in a space that you're like feeling sad or feeling reluctant or hesitant. Like, whether or not you accept or deny this person's offer, the person on your mind pile 2, you're going to feel very good and confident and bold about it, about whatever direction you choose. Whether you choose to go along with what they're offering or not, it's like you feel in a very good place about it. Okay. But what they're wanting to offer you, pile 2, if we're just going to boil it down to the most general of terms, it's, they want to offer some kind of a bridge between emotional healing and real world clarity. What they're wanting to offer is something to try to get the two of you on the same page. And it feels like your person could go either way as well. It really is one of those offers where it's like, pile 2, I do want to be with you. I don't want to, I don't want a life where you're not active in it in an emotional, romantic sense. And there's some caveats, right? And so both of you, whatever it is you choose to do or whatever paths you choose to take, both of you are going to feel like both of you are going to be in this Chariot in the upright position. And this pile may be split. Some of you may be like, okay, let's do this. Let's go ahead and, give this a try, a third party dynamic, right? A love triangle of some sorts, open relationship, polyamory, whatever the case may be. Let's try it out, right? Let's see. Or you could very well be like, no, I'm going to move on and on a whole different path altogether. Okay. But I feel like you guys are going to be in a pretty good space. Your person does want you to know, like, they want you to be happy, okay? They do feel very good when they're around you. They love the time that the two of you spend together. When it comes to a third-party dynamic, I am picking up energies where your person is saying, like, you'd be the favorite, right? Regardless of what third-party energy the dynamic this is taken on, it's like you would be the main one, the favorite one. You know what I mean? Let's find out, because we've got let's do this, and then we have the Chariot. So I feel like for some of you, you may be getting what you want, like your offer that your person is bringing to you, pile 2, may actually be what you want. You may get what you want regarding a third party situation or dynamic, All right, so for those of you where you're okay and you want an open relationship or polyamory, it's like you're gonna get that. For some of you, if you're not wanting a third party dynamic here, you may get what you want with that as well. Let's find out. Pile two's person, tell me more about this third party dynamic. That could be for a threesome too, right? Just like a threesome in bed. It's like maybe your relationship doesn't have to be open, but maybe like sexually your person is just maybe wanting to try a threesome. Tell me more about third party, please. Pile two's person. Ooh, that's carrying the same energy as the Chaser in the reverse. We've got the King of Wands in the reverse. I'm hearing them say only if you're okay with it. So this is heavy on your person wanting to open up the dynamic, wanting to include somebody else in it, right? But it's like only if you're okay with it. But again, there's heavy energies of your person wanting to offer you something that they feel is going to be very healing to your guys' dynamic altogether. So again, take the third party energy where it fits for you. Third party, clarify King of Wands in the reverse. Clarifying third party, please. Oh, your person is saying where a third party is concerned, wherever, however this energy is showing up. They have their preference, okay, when it comes to third parties overall, whether it's a specific third party, whether it's a threesome, whether it's polyamory, open relationship, they have a preference. And I feel like they have a preference. Their preference is to include third parties, to have threesomes, to open up the connection. That's their preference, but they're willing to go against what they want for you. Okay, and for the benefit of your guys' connection, because again, the overall energy is your person wanting to heal your guys' dynamic, to offer you healing, to offer you something that's going to lead to you forgiving them and possibly even restoring the dynamic between the two of you. They have their preference, but they're willing to go against what they prefer to make you happy, okay? Tell me more about let's do this. Yeah, they want to heal. They want to put whatever betrayal that the two of you had, you know, and this can be very much for those of you where your person has been involved in third parties and those third party love triangles has hurt you. That's what hurt you, right? That's what wounded you. They're now saying that what they want to offer is, you know, doing what needs to be done. Even though they like dealing with other people, they're willing to put their preferences behind them and work towards restoring and healing the rift and the dynamic between the two of you. Okay, but let me check out and see what's going on with I don't know what I want. That feels linked to third parties. Like your person may have a hard time choosing, you know, between having something that's more open versus, you know, committing to just one person. Pile two, your person just may very well have a sexual orientation where maybe emotionally and mentally they can be, what's that word? Committed and exclusive, but sexually not, right? I do see that as a whole another sexual orientation. Just, you know, like monogamy is a sexual orientation. You have people that have no problem just, you know, being monogamous, and then you have people whose sexual orientation is more along the lines of polyamory, which, you know, polyamory is opening up a relationship both mentally, sexual. It's mental, sexual, mentally, sexually, and emotionally is polyamory, and then you just have people that just want it to be sexually open. That's where I feel like your person's at. They could either have a sexual orientation of polyamory, or they could have a sexual orientation of just wanting to keep it sexually open, not monogamous. Whatever the opposite of monogamy is, they want to be the opposite of that, right? That's what I'm picking up from your person. But they're willing to go against their preference and be monogamous with you if that's what you want, okay? Whatever it is, though, you're fine. You're going to be fine with whatever they're offering. For some of you, they are offering monogamy, okay? And they're, offering that, putting what they want on the back burner, and you're going to be like, okay, let's try it out and see if you can actually do that. And for some of you, it's like, your person is being very honest with themselves and with you about what their sexual orientation is, and they're either like, can we just at least try this out? You'll be the main one, the favorite one, all that. They'll even put you in charge of maybe finding someone to open up the relationship with. You see what I'm saying? Trying to figure out a way to find a common ground between the two of you. That feels like what the offer is. Tell me more about I don't know what I want. Pile 2's person. Oh, okay. They're not quite sure what to offer you. So maybe what they're wanting to do is, maybe have some kind of a conversation with you about what the possibilities are. Them getting very clear with you and with themselves about what it is, just how they naturally lean when it comes to, relationship dynamics, sexual dynamics and stuff like that, what their sexual orientation more than likely is. And if there's a way that the two of you can kind of like find a way to find some kind of a middle ground. All right. Something like that. Yeah. They want to talk with you first. But I do want to clarify that, though, and then we'll close your guys' reading. We'll close your guys' reading and after I clarify the Chariot. Okay, yeah, they're yielding to you. They want to know what you want. What they're saying here is like, yeah, they have their preference, right? Because they were showing up as the King of Wands in the reverse. They're yielding to you. It's what do you want? That's what they're offering. They're offering you whatever it is you want. Okay? That's what they're going to yield to. The reason why I don't know what I want is here in terms of like what they're saying they're offering you is because it doesn't matter what they want. They care about what you want and trying to figure out a way to make it happen for both of you. Okay? Yeah. 10 of Cups. You're their happily ever after. That's what they want. They want you, and they want you to feel like you found your happily ever after. Of course, they're going to have some conversations with you about, being very open and honest with you about what it is they tend to lean towards, but they're also going to be like, okay, they love you or want you so much that they're willing to go against their own, inner nature to see if that is something that they can pull off. All right. Tell me about the Chariot here, and then we'll end this reading. What's the Chariot here? Tell me more about the Chariot. Yeah. Whatever the case may be, your response to their offer, Pile 2, may very well be to give it another go with the 9 of Wands in the upright position. Like, yeah, this dynamic with your person, it has wounded. It's definitely wounded you. It may have even wounded them. Because the 9 of Wands in the upright position is literally the wounded warrior. But the fact that this is showing up, clarifying the Chariot, this is heavily indicative of you, like, giving it another go with them. Being willing to give it another try, to take up battle with them once again, okay? Now, for those of you where, the other camp where you're like, no, I'd rather move on, it's like, you're living to fight another day, you're a little bit battle weary from this connection with your person, but you haven't given up. You're moving on, even though you might feel a little bit wounded still, a little bit hurt, okay? You're going to know what camp you fall into. All right, Pile 2, that was your reading. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today. If this reading resonated, if you got from it what you came here for, take a moment, if you would, smash the like button for me. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below. Let me know that you picked this pile. Let me know how it resonated. I love reading your guys' comments and your stories. You know, some of you guys, you share some synchronicities and, you know, how accurate it was. I really appreciate those very affirming comments. I love the love. I love the love. And then, you know, become part of the family if you want to by hitting the subscribe button. And then don't forget about the notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. You guys, I will see you at your next Pick a Card Love reading. Bye. Hey Pile 3, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Michelle. We're doing another Pick a Card Love reading. We are tapping in and channeling your, what does your person, what do they want to offer you, if anything? Okay, so keep in mind, Pile 3, it's a general reading. If it's resonating, awesome, run with it. If it's not resonating, just drop it and leave it behind for the people that it is resonating for. I do have personal readings available if you want me to tap exclusively into the energy of you and your person's connection. Just check the description box for all the booking details. There are a lot of readings available in the specific person category. Many of them are just $25. So go check them out, see which one most fits your wants, needs, and desires regarding your person and your connection with them. We're gonna get started. Pile, let's see, 3. You guys were drawn to the rainbow fluorite palm stone. Leave that there real quick. We got your person showing up. In regards to the offer, it says shadow attribute, making up tales that harm others. So we'll see what's going on with that. And it's kind of interesting to note here that we have the color of the storyteller card is very closely matching the green in the rainbow fluorite. Let's see, we'll put that over here. I'll tell you what that is in regards to in a minute. All right, so let's look at your person's offer, what they are offering you. The energy that we have out on the board, let's see, we have against time, and it says rushing before it's too late. We have took a long time, walking on thin ice. Stringing along says being strung along, giving false hope, selfish intentions. We also have mental prison. It says overthinking, creating scenarios, thinking of you a lot. And then we also have the cards of I don't worry about the possibility of losing you. That feels like that's what they want. They don't want to worry about the possibility of losing you. I feel like that's why they're in a lot of this energy here, and we'll get into it in a minute, Pile 3. I'm already picking up on some vibes here. We also have you're exactly what I'm looking for in a life partner, and then still battling addiction and inner demons. Okay, so what your person is wanting to offer you, and then I had, as I was pulling your guys' cards, your pre-pulls, I channeled through a song. Didn't we almost have it all? But we're talking about what they're wanting to offer you. And so the main energy is your person feeling okay. So what they're wanting to offer you, how am I wanting to put this? They're wanting to offer you almost what you want, okay? The problem is, and I don't know, I'll see where this is coming from in a space when we're talking about, you know, genuineness and sincerity, but okay, what your person is doing is they're painting a picture. So let me just give the energy and the messages through as they're coming out. Your person wants to explain themselves first, so that's what we're gonna do, okay? Your person is feeling pressured. Now, whether you have applied that pressure to them directly or they're just kind of feeling like, you know, it's implied. The pressure is implied, right? They're feeling like they're on, yes, thin ice. That's definitely coming through. It showed up actually on the card. So they're feeling like they're on thin ice with you and they're working against the clock. Like, you know, there's an energy of your person feeling like maybe you're fed up with them. You're fed up with the situation. For a lot of you, they feel the threat of you looking for, because it's like they know what it is you're wanting. They know what you want them to put on the table when it comes to whatever this offer is. They are very clear. They know what you want, pile 3. They know what you're expecting. They know that very clearly, right? And so there's an understanding, some way, shape, or form, your person understanding, like, it's go time now. It's now or never. That's how your person is feeling. That's why they're kind of feeling rushed, like they're on thin ice. So they're not in a great space about it mentally, because your person doesn't feel like they're prepared to offer you what it is you're wanting. And that's not going to stop them from offering it anyway, even though they feel like they're not prepared. And that could be not prepared mentally, not prepared emotionally. For some of you, it's interesting that battling addiction and inner demons came out right underneath a mental prison. Your person doesn't feel like they are prepared mentally and or emotionally to give you what it is that you're wanting, but they don't want you to necessarily go off and look for that with somebody else. And so what they're literally, what's coming through for what they want to offer you, pile 3, is they're going to tell you whatever it is they think you need to hear. They're going to say whatever it is they think they need to say to hold you off from going to find that from someone else. Okay. I mean, it's very deliberate. It says stringing along. Okay. What they're going to offer basically is a carrot on the end of a stick. Just keeping it real. Because what they're not being honest about, pile 3, when they're offering this to you, is that they don't actually have it to give. Whatever it is you're wanting from them, they don't actually have it to give. They're not in the mental and the emotional space to offer that to you. But they're going to offer it to you anyway to keep you from going to trying to find it with somebody else. And so this is a heads up, okay? And yes, your person is kind of coming through, and that might be your person. I don't know. Let me look. When it comes to what they're offering, and one of the cards that comes out that says, I'm not worried. What does it say? I don't worry about the possibility of losing you. That's what they want. They don't want to worry about the possibility of losing you. And that also, is coming through for what they want to offer you. They want to offer you something where you are not worrying about the possibility of losing them. Okay, that has something to do with the offer here. Stringing along says, being strung along, giving false hope and selfish intentions. Let's actually clarify that. Tell me more about stringing along, about what you're offering, pile 3, please. That's too many cards. This is giving me energies of your person talking really fast, okay? Trying to get you to accept an offer before you really had time to really sit down and think about it. Whatever it is that they're offering you, though, with the 9 of Pentacles showing up in the reverse, and this is your energy towards their offer, okay? Your energy towards your person and the offer that they're giving you, and you're very impatient with it. Like, whatever it is they're offering you, you're going to be like, really? So this might be carrying energies. I don't know if your person is going to be transparent. They may kind of offer, what they might offer is the promise of a commitment at a later point in time. Right? But the fact that we do have this showing up in being strung along, giving false hope and selfish intentions, that's the one thing that's really kind of like, right? It's one thing to, offer hope because the potential for that is really there, versus offering false hope where, knowing that the potential for it is not actually there. Your person is fighting themselves about this quite a bit. I have a feeling a lot of it has to do with whatever the still battling addiction and inner demons. If your person does have an actual addiction, to some kind of a substance, or they could be just addiction, either they're addicted to intoxicating substances, addictive substances, and or they're also addicted to maybe like, third parties, validation, addicted to sex, or they could be like a serial dater or something like that. They're really having a hard time trying to reconcile how they can give you what you want and still battle whatever this inner demon / addiction issue is over here. Okay, that's where it feels like they're really kind of wondering, that's it. That's the, what do they call that? Like if it wasn't for this, they might be able to be in a better space. Like, they feel much more better prepared. Like this is the reason why it's going from like, just offering you hope for something that they know has the potential to flesh out at some point in the future versus giving you false hope and not being so sure that what they're offering you, they actually have the capacity to provide at that later point. And so the example that I'm being given here is, and it's purely an example, right? It's just to kind of give you guys an energy, because I am picking up on where your person genuinely wants to be able to give you what you want and not just string you along, right? But they're kind of operating from fear. It's like, okay, do I string pile 3 along, tell pile 3 what I know they want to hear, and promise pile 3, that what they're wanting, if they stick it out with me, they'll get it, right? Versus knowing that that's more than likely not going to be the case, and it's because of this battling addiction and inner demons energy here. But I can feel where they're being genuine. They want to be able to genuinely give that to you and not like give you false hope. But they're kind of in between a rock and a hard place. It's like either I don't string pile 3 along and I risk the chance of losing pile 3 to somebody else that is in the space to give pile 3 what they want, or I can lie to pile 3 and tell them that if they just stick it out a little bit longer, so what's coming through is like, this would be akin to your person telling you, like your person, like they know that they don't have any money in the bank, right? And you're like, okay, I'll stick around until, I'll stick around, your person promising you to give you like $1,000. They don't have it to give, but they don't tell you that, right? And so they're like, okay, if you stick around for, another month or so, you'll get the $1,000 at the end of the month, right? It's kind of the way that it is. They want that money to give to you. They want it. They want to be able to give you what they promised to give you at the time that it was specified. But, in all honesty, your person isn't sure. They don't know that they're going to have that to give at the end of the month. They don't know. They want to, but they don't know. They're not confident, but they're afraid of what you're going to do if they were to tell you, I don't actually have it. I don't know if I'm going to have it. I want to have it. I just don't know. Right? Tell me about stringing along. Yeah, I mean, that's the promise. And this also seems like they don't know when what they're promising you is actually going to be available. Okay? So this isn't really an offer, pile 3, that's being offered to you. It's the promise of an offer. That's what their offer is. It's a promise. They're going to offer you a promise of an offer. But they don't know when that they're going to actually be able to provide what it is they're promising. Okay, with the Fool here in the upright position. And that's also what they're offering. They're stringing you along, you know, and literally, yeah, there's not a carrot there at the end of the thing, but that's what they're offering. It's the promise of a brand new whole beginning, something that you may have never even done before in this connection, right? But that's what they're promising. But this has a dual meaning to it because they also don't know when it's going to happen, because the Fool can represent unknowns, not knowing, right? And so let's find out what exactly what I'm looking for in a life partner. Yeah, perfect. Yes, with the Queen of Pentacles in the upright position, you are the one that they want to commit to with the Queen of Pentacles. That's somebody that's married, somebody that's, you know, been married for a while. That's wife material, right? Queen of Pentacles is definitely the wife material. They want to nurture you, they want to pamper you, they want to spoil you, I'll take you out on dates and pay for them and all that stuff. They want to be the provider. You're the exact kind of person that they would do those things for. But the problem is, and they may even promise this to you, they might promise, part of their offer is promising to spend more time with you, right? More quality time, building a life with you, building a home with you, even moving in together, building a business with you, taking you out on dates and stuff like that. But that's part of what they're kind of like offering at the end. They don't know if they're actually going to ever be able to do that. They want to, but they don't know that they're actually going to be able to. That's what they want, though. But we're talking about what they're offering. What they're offering you guys is very much is a promise of something that they don't actually know they're going to be able to deliver on. Just keeping it real. Okay, tell me more about mental prison. Yeah, so the offer that what they're offering you, pile 3, is that they're moving in haste. They're right. They're rushing before it's too late. And so, you know, if they feel like you're in the process of walking away and possibly looking for something in another connection with someone else, what they're going to offer you basically is, what do they call that? A smoke screen. It's like a promissory note. It's like, I don't have it to give now, but here's like an IOU. Here's a coupon for it, right? It's like, here's a gift certificate for it. But it's not even that. It's like an IOU, right? Just, you know, and it might be, they might tell you, just give me like 3 more months. Just hold off, pile 3, on, you know, what they're wanting to offer you is something that is going to pause your desire to want to move on and seek whatever that offer is with somebody else. Tell me more about mental prison, and then we'll clarify the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, and then we'll close up your guys' reading. Mental prison, tell me more about mental prison, please. Clarify mental prison. Oh, they've been thinking about this for a long time. A long time. They've been thinking about let me look at the 7 of Pentacles. What they've been really thinking about is, you know, whether they have enough to give to the point where you'll think and feel that the time and the resources and the effort that you put into them, into the connection, you know, you see it as worth it. Like you haven't wasted your time, that you're getting a good, you know, what do they call that? Return on investment. This is also them, though, wondering whether or not they have enough to invest in the connection. The fact that this is showing up in the upright position, your person does feel like they do, but maybe it's not quite. Let me still find out what's going on with the 7 of Pentacles. I mean, it's a good thing that it's showing up in the upright position, but let's find out. Tell me more about the Seven of Pentacles as it's clarifying mental prison for what you're offering, pile 3. Is it enough? I just heard. Is it enough? Your person second guesses themselves quite a bit. The fact that this is showing up this way lets me know they do have enough to contribute to you and to the connection, but they might be blowing things out of proportion. They might not be seeing things clearly. They might think that you want more from them and more from the connection than what you really do, right? And so this, going back to that I'm being, okay, you guys are going to be hearing from this person very soon. They are going to be reaching out to you, okay? Yeah, they do. They want you to know that. You are going to be hearing from this person very soon. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, going back to the example from earlier, okay, where we're talking about how, you know, them promising you $1,000, you know, and then being afraid that they're not going to have it to give. Putting this into that perspective, it would be like this person having $50 in their bank account, promising you $1,000, right? Not understanding, realizing maybe you're perfectly fine with, you know, $20, but they're overthinking it, and this might cause them to overpromise, right? And so you might just need to let your person know. It's like, look, I don't need, at this point in time, I don't need to move in with you, or I don't need, you know, to get engaged right this second. I just want something that's regular. We see each other more, we communicate more. Maybe you're like, I'm not quite sure if I'm ready to go and move in with you. I'm not quite sure I'm ready for that kind of a commitment yet, because this is letting me know that your person actually does whatever your person does have in their possession right now. Okay, the offer that you're wanting, they have it. But I feel like they are overcomplicating it, and they're making it in their mind seem like what you want them to give is way more than they are capable of giving. They're complicating it. So this does tell me, and this might need, the two of you might need to know, like, if you guys have an open, honest adult conversation and you let them know, like, okay, here's the bare minimum that I'm happy with, right? It's like, you know, it's almost, why is debt coming through so much? That's like the examples that I'm being given is all talking about debts, right? And so, you know, this would be like you saying, like, yeah, you know, eventually I want the $1,000, and, you know, right now, $50 is okay. $25 is okay. You know, $25 a month. You don't have to give me $1,000 a month right now. I'm okay with something, though, right? Not nothing. I'm okay with something. You know, and your person's like, well, I've got $50, and you're like, okay, well, just give me 25 for now, right? And then, you know, so this is letting me know, of course, that's again, that was just kind of giving an example as to where things are at. But with the Seven of Pentacles here, pile 3, your person has in their possession and their energy, they have the resources to actually give you what you want right now. But they are they're complicating things. They believe that what you want versus what they have to offer, they believe there's a discrepancy there, when really there isn't. You guys just need to talk. You guys need to have a conversation, because they're thinking that, you know, yeah, they're thinking that you're wanting the whole thing right now. When I'm picking up for many of you, you're okay with starting something small, but still there has to be progress, especially with that Nine of Pentacles showing up in the reverse, right? You're just wanting progress. You're like, show me some progress. I want regular progress. Tell me about the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, and then we'll... Oh, and then we have the Fool showing up in the reverse now. This is almost you, like, don't promise me what you don't have. Don't promise me $1,000 if you don't have it. Don't promise me that, right? This is where you're getting kind of frustrated with this person. You might know or pick up that they're trying to promise you something that they don't have for the purposes of kind of keeping you on a shelf and stringing you along. You know, there's an energy here of your person, of you wanting your person just like, you know, just be real with me, be transparent, be honest. Don't promise me what you don't have. If you don't have $1,000 to give me at the end of the month, then don't promise me $1,000 at the end of the month. Right? Don't promise me what you don't have. Tell me what it is that you're working with. Put your cards on the table and let me see what you got. Because what's coming through is your person actually has, you know, they have something to offer you that would actually make you happy. It's progress. It's movement in the right direction, right? And you'd be happy with that as long as, you know, they're being honest about it, they're being transparent, and, you know, it's making progress in the right direction. You'd be fine with that. But for whatever reason, at this point in time, pile 3, they don't know that yet. They're thinking that, you know, you want the full 1,000 and you're not going to be happy with that and nothing but that. And if they're not bringing that to the table or promising that, you're going to be off looking for something else, when that's not the case at all for many of you. Right? Okay. So pile 3, that was your reading. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today. If you got from this reading what you came here for, if it resonated, make sure you take a moment, if you would, smash the like button for me. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below. Let me know that you picked this pile. Let me know that it resonated. Oh yeah. If you guys made it this far, I think that's why the song "Didn't We Almost Have It All?" Because I feel like that's you. Like, it's both of you. It's like, you know, you're okay with it being almost what you want, as long as you know there's progress being made, you know, there's movement and progress happening in the right direction. You're like, I'm okay with almost. I don't need the entire thing right now, but you just need to know that you're getting something. It's working, it's progressing, it's making movement in the right direction, right? Anyway, yeah, so become part of the family by hitting that subscribe button if you haven't already, and then make sure to also hit the notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. All right, you guys, talk to you again. Bye.